Американская фирма Transceptor Technology приступила к производству компьютеров «Персональный спутник».
Attack, front to back, in this thing called rap. Singing like a shovel, rhyme double on a heavenly level. Bang the bass, turn up the treble. Radical mind, day and night all the time. 714, live divine. Maniac, radiac, winning the game. I'm the lyrical Jesse James. Quality, I possess, some say I'm fresh. When my voice goes through the mesh of the microphone that I am holding. Copywritten lyrics only can't be stolen if they all snap. Don't need the police to try to save them. Your voice will sing, so please stay off my back or I will attack, and you don't want that.
This year's video annual. Our goal is to help stimulate your memory as time goes by, to help you remember your years at Springfield Central High School. We tried to show as many of your classmates, teachers, staff, and the many, many various activities and events that went on during the year. But it's just been impossible to include everyone and everything. We hope your favorite person is here, and we apologize for anyone or anything we missed.
People talking, and they're saying that you're leaving. You're so unhappy with the way that you've been living. Oh, we always wish for money. We always wish for fame. We think we have the answers. Some things ain't ever gonna change. It doesn't matter who you are, it's all the same. What's in your heart will never change. Look in the mirror and see how you've been taken. Ooh, you won't surrender, and now your heart is breaking. Oh, we always wish for money. We always wish for fame. We think we have the answers. Some things ain't ever gonna change. It doesn't matter who you are, it's all the same. What's in your heart will never change. Do you remember when you got your lucky break? You're looking back now, and it seems like a mistake. Oh, we always wish for money. We always wish for fame. We think we have the answers.
Last year, Central was easy prey for opposing teams. This year, however, Central's the one doing the hunting. With early season independent wins and a mid-season victory over usually invincible Cathedral, Central has established itself as a talented and threatening force. While Central still has a long way to go to bring home a Super Bowl title, an experienced backfield, superb defense, and an excellent coaching staff has put Central in the thick of things. Together, Steve Coleman, John Daughtry, and Anthony Bagwell lead a successful ground attack.
Between me, John, and Bagwell, the success for our running game is mostly we have one goal in mind, and that's just to get to the goal line. For myself and John, I think we basically have the more experience than Anthony, but Anthony comes along and brings poise and the agility to cut back.
While Anthony Bagwell has great success slicing through defenses, power backs John Daughtry and Steve Coleman have a different style.
I think I'm a straightforward, aggressive runner. I'm not going to sit there and be all polite with you. If you're going to hit me, I'm going to make sure you feel me hit you.
Offense sells the tickets. People come to see the offense. That's the exciting part. But defense is what wins championships. I think our defense has been playing pretty well all year, especially when I've had all 11 people healthy. For example, Friday night against Cathedral, who was a very good football team, defensively, we shut them out.
While Coach McLaughlin has had success with the defense, the rest of the team's coaching staff have also greatly contributed to the team's wins. McLaughlin believes this to be the best staff he has ever worked with. With a prolific running game, solid defense, and great coaching, it's no surprise that Central is winning. However, these wins have not come easily.
Central High School, we're kind of behind the 8 ball in that, number one, we don't get 9th graders, and number two, there's no football in the city of Springfield until we get kids at 10th graders. So 10th graders here in Springfield who are playing football have never put on a helmet before, where most other communities start their kids in 5th grade.
This inexperience exists in all aspects of the team. In fact, the offensive line is composed entirely of first-year players.
The complexity of the defenses has the tendency to mix up the offensive line. So it's taken us more practice time for them to look at these different defenses and organize the blocking and decide what the assignments are going to be. We still haven't got all our basic offensive formations in, and even blocking is not all in at this time.
The hardest thing to learn, I think, is discipline. Being a student, and an athlete, and when you're out on the field, focusing, concentration on offense and intensity on defense, and it's just a must if you're going to be a championship team.
Despite all this inexperience, however, there are standouts among the rookies. Perhaps one of the brightest standouts has been sophomore kicker Mike LaCroix.
Our kicking game at the start of this year was a huge question mark, but with sophomore Mike LaCroix, he's kicking very well extra points and field goals, and he will be a good kickoff man. I think he's going to be an incredible weapon for Central High School.
Despite all these weapons and the promise of success, Coach McLaughlin realizes there is more to high school football than winning or losing.
Everybody talks about your wins and your losses. I don't care if it's football, I don't care if it's basketball, any sport, or any club for that matter. What I try to preach to the kids is it's not winning and losing, although we want to win. It's the memories that they get from participating. That's something they're going to have with them for the rest of their life, is their memories, their friendships, things that happen on the field, things they're going to laugh about and tell their grandparents or their grandchildren about. That's the key thing by participating in extracurricular activities.
Get out in that kitchen and rattle those pots and pans. Get out in that kitchen and rattle those pots and pans. Well, roll my breakfast, 'cause I'm a hungry man. I said shake, rattle and roll. 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 Well, you never do nothing to save me.
got that.
Seniors only. Hall, go back.
I call you, I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak the language of love like you know what it means. And it can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it strong. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Tears apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. In your heart, since the start of every night and every day. In your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I could be in no better place. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. Ooh, I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Oh, tears apart. No, no, no. Baby, I would rather be dead. Each time you leave me, I start losing control. You're walking away with my heart and my soul. I can feel you even when I'm alone. Oh, baby, don't let go.
About the best basketball team in Division I in Massachusetts, the Golden Eagles of Springfield.
Actually, there's a lot more to say. Even though Travis Best was undoubtedly the most outstanding player on this year's squad, there's a lot of other players that made this team a success. You can bank on the fact that forward Fred Smith will finish off the break for the unstoppable Golden Eagles. And Desi Jackson will always swat away any of the opponent's ego with his tremendous leaping ability and his electrifying dunks. Edgar Padilla, the off-guard, has the quickest hands this side of the Mississippi. His pesky play on defense creates many turnovers and will definitely be something to look forward to next year. 5'10" Ahmad Sharif, the power forward, is unbelievable in making the opposition quake in their high tops with his awesome defensive force. And off the bench, super subs Anthony Boyd and Jim Price definitely came through to keep the Eagles in starting form. With only 2 players from the starting lineup graduating this year, Travis Best and Ahmad Sharif, the 91-92 basketball team will definitely be a team to be reckoned with, and we wish them all luck in the world so that they can continue the legacy of the unstoppable Central High School Golden Eagles.
The Key Club at Springfield Central High School offers a variety of services to the people in the Springfield community.
Key Club is a nonprofit organization which is universal in 14 different countries. Our services are to our community and to benefit everybody else.
Money to provide these services is raised by the Key Club in a number of ways.
Some ways that we have raised money throughout the year have been the Krautbach for Hunger, the Bowl-a-thon for the Big Brothers and Big Sisters, We have sold lollipops for different organizations and charities. We have also done the basketball games where we sell food.
Another fundraiser the Key Club has run here is the Carnation Sale.
The Carnation Sale this year was a huge success. We managed to raise $4,200 for a 9-year-old boy who has cystic fibrosis and attends bowls.
The success of the Key Club is also due in part to the two faculty advisors, Ms. Septembro and Mrs. Wicker.
Mrs. Wicker and myself have been co-advisors of the Key Club for the last 4 years. We've had such a great time working with wonderful students and working in the community for people who really do need help.
The members really feel good about what they do because they know that they're helping someone else.
In the Key Club, we get a lot of joy out of helping others in the community that need help. We also have a lot of fun doing the project, and to me, that was an important aspect.
My name is Agnes Agna. Every morning, I wake up at 6 o'clock and prepare for another day at Springfield Central High School. After I pack my bag with all the necessary equipment, I go out and catch the bus. I usually get to school at 7:40 and plenty of time for homeroom. After a brief visit to my locker, I make sure I'm in my seat before the bell rings. My homeroom instructor is Mr. Cook. He's a very nice man and is considerate of all my needs. We enjoy a fine teacher-student relationship.
Late again, eh? Well, you know what that means? 1 hour this afternoon, or 2 starting tomorrow.
My first period class is Italian, a class that I have chosen to broaden my cultural horizons. The teacher, Mr. Albanese, speaks the language with a kind of Arabic dialect, which makes it sound sort of like German. Actually, it's all Greek to me. After 45 minutes or so, I go to my second period class, trigonometry. To me, trig is kind of just like another foreign language.
Today we will have a test. You will have to do a trigonometric problem correlating several postulates, theorems, axioms, and algebraic functions. This problem will count as half your grade. You will have 3 minutes. So let's hit it with a great exuberance. Ready, get set, go!
After first and second periods, I'm usually mentally exhausted, so it's nice to be able to go to gym for an exhilarating physical workout. Our gym instructor, Mr. Watson, makes sure that we all get plenty of healthy exercise.
What are we going to do about this girl?
I'll run! I'll run!
120 pounds? You know how long you've got to run? How long? You only did 8 push-ups. You did 8 push-ups.
After gym, I head for the library to engage in a study period. The time is useful for making up homework, reports, and study assignments that I should have done at home. In many ways, study hall can be just as challenging as an actual class. The only difference is that I don't get credit for it. Lunch. A chance to socialize, a chance to relax, a chance to eat. Due to an unfortunate error in the lunch scheduling, all of the close and intimate friends I usually associate with just aren't present. Eating alone isn't bad, though. I get to meet new people and make new friends that I otherwise would not have known. My favorite class is chemistry, 5th period. The only problem is that I have to put up with a couple of lingering students who seem to spend their entire life in the lab. I think the fumes get to them.
Hi, guys. Hi, Agnes. How are you? Hey, baby, why don't you come on down to my sublevel and complete my octet?
Hey, let's you and me get together this weekend and we'll have a dipole moment.
So tell me, what does it take to make you vaporize?
Why don't you come over to my house tonight and we'll determine your heat of formation?
Quite honestly, I wouldn't bond with either one of you if you're the last positively charged ions on Earth.
And finally, after fighting for my life with the chemistry students, I come to my 6th period class, English. Personally, I think that my English professor was a high school dropout. In fact, I'm sure of it.
So in this Romeo and Juliet soap opera deal, you got this dude Romeo, and Romeo's totally freaked out by this chick Julie. And as a matter of fact, he gets so frazzled in this thing that what he ends up doing is he sticks a knife in himself at the end, which is a lousy ending to a play. Sort of like in New York, except there aren't too many catacombs in New York, unless, of course, you go down and take a subway.
Finally, at 2:10, the bell rings and the day is over. I make a quick visit to my locker once again, and after making sure I have all the homework I'll need to take with me, I catch the bus and go home.
Американская фирма Transceptor Technology приступила к производству компьютеров «Персональный спутник».
Like the turn of the whip, I snap attack, front to back, in this thing called rap. Singing like a shovel, rhyme double on a heavenly level. Bang the bass, turn up the double. Radical mind, day and night all the time. 714, live divine. Maniac, radiac, winning the game. I'm the lyrical Jesse James. Quality, I possess, some say I'm fresh. With my voice goes through the mesh of the microphone that I...
Американская фирма Transceptor Technology приступила к производству компьютеров «Персональный спутник».
Like the turn of the whip, I snap attack, front to back, in this thing called rap. Singing like a shovel, rhyme double on a heavenly level. Bang the bass, turn up the double. Radical mind, day and night all the time. 714, live divine. Maniac, radiac, winning the game. I'm the lyrical Jesse James. Quality, I possess, some say I'm fresh. When my voice goes through the mesh of the microphone that I am holding. Copywritten lyrics so they can't be stolen if they all snap. Don't need the police to try to save them, your voice is sick. So please, stay off my back or I will attack. And you don't want that.
year's video annual. Our goal is to help stimulate your memory as time goes by, to help you remember your years at Springfield Central High School. We tried to show as many of your classmates, teachers, staff, and the many, many various activities and events that went on during the year. But it's just been impossible to include everyone and everything. We hope your favorite person is here, and we apologize for anyone or anything we missed.
People talking, and they're saying that you're leaving. You're so unhappy with the way that you've been living. Oh, we always wish for money. We always wish for fame. We think we have the answers. Some things ain't ever gonna change. It doesn't matter who you are, it's all the same. What's in your heart will never change. Look in the mirror and see how you've been taken. Ooh, you won't surrender, and now your heart is breaking. Oh, we always wish for money. We always wish for fame. We think.
And basically just getting back to nature a little bit. And the past couple of years we've been taking deep sea trips down to Rhode Island, Connecticut, and up as far as Gloucester. We've also been hiking up in the Adirondacks and on the Appalachian Trail. We have gone ice fishing in the winter, horseback riding, and we've planned to do a canoe trip up in Maine, hopefully this spring.
Like it a lot. We do various things. We go on hiking trips, we go on fishing trips, deep sea, freshwater, fishing, whatever, go on different hikes like Northfield Mountain.
And we'd be glad to have you as part of the Outdoors Club.
Central has the winning spirit.
Yes, Central does have the winning spirit, and the 1991 cheerleaders reflect this spirit during games and school hours. This year's squad has 16 members, including 5 seniors, 4 juniors, and 7 sophomores who have fun cheering and practicing together.
The main goal of the cheerleaders is to promote school spirit by supporting the team and its members, being enthusiastic, and coming up with new cheerleading ideas.
Practices are held Mondays and Thursdays from 2:30 to 4 p.m. The cheerleaders exercise, memorize cheers, learn their choreography, and sometimes create new cheers of their own. It usually takes one cheerleading practice period to learn one cheer completely. In addition to practice, before every game, they stretch and run through their entire program, after which the squad is ready to perform during the game. The squad only gets to perform during timeouts and special halftime shows. However, it still manages to keep the crowd in the game from the sidelines. The cheerleaders don't just show their spirit from the sidelines. They also show it by selling Central keychains, water bottles, and pom-poms, and by participating in pep rallies. All of the cheerleaders have their reasons for choosing to be a cheerleader.
I decided to become a cheerleader because I wanted to be an active part in my school and I wanted to help build school spirit.
Well, I decided to join the cheerleading squad because I always cheer from the stands. So I said, well, why not go out in front of the fans and cheer for the fans and get them to cheer and everybody can be happy. Cheer for Central's teams. Go Central!
But whether you choose to cheer in front of the fans or from the stands, show your school spirit and support the Central High School cheerleaders.
chance to say that I do believe I love you. And if I should ever go away, well then close your eyes and try to feel the way we do today. And then if you can remember, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for.
Well, you came and opened me, and now there's so much more I see. And so, by the way, I thank you. Oh, and then for the times when we're apart, well, then close your eyes and know the words are coming from my heart. And then if you can remember, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. In good times, in bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. Oh, that's what friends are for.
You feel safe. Your grades are awesome.
This wonderful paper. I am very proud of you, and I hope I'll see many more of these.
Suddenly, though, everything changes. Senioritis hits.
I have your paper here from the test. You'll be very interested to see the grade. I'm very disappointed.
You become a changed person, always coming in late.
Hey, why are you always late? What's wrong with this younger generation today?
And waiting until Married with Children is over before even thinking about doing homework on a weekend.
And they will say it's elementary.
The effects are devastating. You can see or decline, yet remain helpless. What exactly is this disease that plagues students? Well, a professor at a well-known university has the answer.
Senioritis, from a historical standpoint, has plagued American students ever since the early colonization of the United States. Adolescents in the arid tobacco fields of Virginia found it impossible to concentrate. Looking at the topography of the new terrain, right there, it becomes evident that the surrounding environment was mountainous and undiscovered. The mountains represented the uphill challenge that lay outside the tobacco fields. The vast forests, right here, and over there, distracted young farmers because it stood for the intriguing mystery that the future held. Soon, the students of agriculture and horticulture and every other culture would be out in the frontier, battling natives and capturing the treasures of the West. Yet the student found it difficult to wait. Lapses in hoeing intensity and the slacking off from ritualistic farming customs became recognized ramifications of what is now universally called senioritis.
Indeed, senioritis has been around for quite some time and has touched all corners of the world. Truly, senioritis is a worldwide problem that needs a remedy. Yet, is there a cure?
I too was a victim of senioritis.
And I discovered that the only real cure for senioritis is graduation.
By the authority vested in me by the Springfield School Committee, the Great and General Court of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and indeed the Congress of the United States of America, I declare you to be graduates of Springfield Central High School, 1991. Let's hear it for them.
Lynn Ann Manning. Santankul Shantansin. Nancy Rodriguez. Curtis Cox. Consuela Denise Green. Dennis John Fallis. Stacy Nicasia Hernandez. Christina Catherine Fitzpatrick. Elizabeth Ann Lane. Victoria D'Agostino. Melissa Ann Gardner. Joan Marie Giovannini. Allison Fidel Malloy. Zachary Hastings Hooper. Jennifer Ann Haddank. Sean Edward Sheehan. Brian Charles Calvanese. Rachel Hazelcorn. Amy Carolyn Hamlin. Toria Danielle Wise. Todd Marshall Roosevelt. Kenneth Vincent Walpurgis. Mark T. Abbott. Jeffrey John Dean. Marcus Warren Rice. Joyce Marshall Huff. Thomas E. Herview. Amy Croto. Hippolito Ramos, Jr. Jessica Diaz. Michael G. Latouche. Tanya LaShawn Mayfield. Stephen James Gaudette. Tamara Lee Brown. Alan Wayne Bardsley. Jennifer Marie Roberts. Alan D. Guy. Denise Shaletta Thompson. Joseph Chris Maldonado. Christina Iris Pinheiro. Geraldo Pedraza. Yanira Torres. Antonio Vincenzo Lopriore. Julie Beth Ribberty. James Clifford Manfredi. Michelle A. Grennan. Jason D. Atkins. Sheila Marie Lamirandi. Paul Irving Davis II. Jenica Verge. Vin Quotron. Vanessa Cassandra Thompson. Jennifer Denise Wims. Tracy Lynn Putnam. Shannon Marie Ryan. Jolene Louise Sorois. Michelle Lynn Selden. Caroline Marie Newman. Jennifer Lee Police. Ronald James Sarnelli. Robert Morton Schultz. Maria Vincenza Lociato. Paul J. Stebbins. Emily Ellen Malone. Anoy B. Tentarath. Una Song. Michael L. Jewett, Jr. Suzanne Wells. Thomas Richard Riley, Jr. Lori Ellen Levesque. Andrew Thomas Charest. Julie Aline Hall. Hung Than Tu. Kimberly Ann Clark. Justin James Fernandez. Melissa Dawn Kupiak. Ung Logan Chomany. Sherry Monique Johnson. John Vincent Patrone. Pet Samon Sipanom. Danny Michael Elias. Zita Hydrovo. Eliza Rivera. Celine Iona Brantley. Paul Edward Anderson, Jr. Leah Renee Washington. Shonda Lee Bailey. Timothy Sean Gooseby. Leslie Ann Mendoza. Damaris De Jesus. Elizabeth Catherine Reed. Yvonne Michelle Norman. Lucretia Blair. Kim Lynch. Michelle Andrews. William Charles Smith. Susan Michelle Smith. Saul Mora Jr. Lisette Fuentes. Justin Oliver Hearn. Beth Ann Carol Mann.